Well, it took me a minute to get this thing started. Not doing too terrible. On the bright side, I do have the ability to get myself something to eat. I wanted to do that. Hey, Tiffany. Hold on a second. I'll be right over. I'm recording, of course.
Oh, happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Oh. Well, on the bright side, on my YouTube channel, I got to repeat all the shit that I got to hear about you from everybody else. And then I got to repeat all the shit that I heard about them from everybody else. And then I got to post up a whole bunch of videos of them doing exactly what I said they did. Am I an asshole?
No,
I think I am.
I don't think you're an asshole.
I think it's an asshole when people do that to me. Although, honestly, I'm glad that I have the evidence that shows that I'm not the one full of shit.
True.
I don't think Seth is going to come back over here. He still hasn't gotten my cast iron cooking pan yet.
Are you
serious? Sorry, not cast iron cooking pan. I meant, God, what's it called?
Your cooking pot, period.
Yeah, it's it's a pressure cooker. Ashley knows I record. She's fine with it too. So I recorded her the other day. I hadn't seen her in months. And she reiterated she knows I record. Anyway, I'm going to get something to eat, complaining about you and Pun being horrible, horrible junkies who took advantage of me for no reason and never intended on helping me. Same shit I scream at everybody else who wants to be a fucking dickhead like that.
Who said that?
Well, I was just repeating everything that I was listening to from, well, pretty much everybody else. What sucks is having to post their crap up there to prove they said it.
Who said it?
We'll have to go to my YouTube channel and find out. Am I a dick? It's a horrible way to force people to look at evidence. On the
No.
bright side, you'll be able to see yourself too.
You're not a dick, but
Well, you know how it is out here. Literally everybody gonna talk shit on everybody. I get to hear it from Wilgus, I get to hear it from Haynes, I get to hear it from fucking everybody. Oh, don't talk to him, he'll take advantage of you. Don't talk to him, he'll steal all your shit. And you know, all that fucking talking shit. And they were completely wrong. Everybody was completely wrong about Seth stealing my wallet.
And you know, let's do more of these. I haven't been a junkie for 3 years. I haven't been a junkie in 3 years.
Well, Brian Wilgus was recorded on my channel saying you took that $100 I gave you for helping me and put it into powder.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, that's why. Oh my God.
You see why none of this absolutely helps me whatsoever? People just want to talk shit on each other, and I need help stopping abuse. Or they want to take advantage of me for my money and what I'm working on. You know, there's a difference between the stuff that's freely given and the stuff that's given for helping a disabled person. When people say I don't have a phone and I give them a phone, I don't expect shit like Brian Wilgus pretending like I owe him a shit ton of money because he was trying to be all tweaker Miami Vice outside of fucking Greg's place. I'm like, oh my God, I can't be having that shit. Are you fucking kidding me? What am I supposed to tell the cops when they go, all right, so what are you doing here? Oh, the guy over there wanted me to fucking sit outside of this crack house all crack style and stare at his house.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's literally what you were doing anyway 2 days ago.
So,
Like
tomorrow's Monday. I have a doctor's appointment at
you do realize I'm recording, right?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I have a doctor's appointment at 4:40 tomorrow. But before that, so let's say around 1, I want to dedicate 2 hours to coming and helping you. Okay?
Well, you know what you could literally do now? And please don't say it out loud. You did get your phone running, right? Good. If you could write down the number or have the phone next time do you have it now? Or the number? Please
Flash
don't say it
or
out
what?
loud. If you say it out loud, like people will call you over and over and over again. That's
No,
not
they
a
won't.
joke.
They don't want to talk to me. They just want to talk about me.
No, you're wrong. I'm saying I'm literally recording live on YouTube so that if somebody does something stupid, the cops don't arrest me like they did last time and try to suppress the evidence.
I'm not cool enough for them to want to call me.
Well, I'll just God, I need to get it written down.
Okay,
But
you're
yeah,
gonna go, yeah, you're gonna go get
I
something
can
to eat?
absolutely show you the videos where I am screaming and shouting and talking about how horrible you are and how you rip me off. And then I can also show you the videos just a few before where I'm literally just repeating what people had said in those videos. I'm like, fuck. And then I complain that this is what I have to deal with as far as help goes. Who said what? Who said what? Mommy, daddy drama. I'm like, shit, all these folks talking shit about each other on my channel, and then lo and behold, if I repeat it, I'm talking shit.
Right?
It's Michael. Oh, she's got to go. I didn't mean to yell that loud. That's fucking scary.
Okay. You're gonna go get something to eat?
Yeah.
Okay. On your way back through, stop and I'll have my digits for you.
All right. If not, I got them. I know you're horrible with that, so let's exchange them. I'll make sure as soon as I get back and I'm safely in my plastic house.
Right? I ate some stale pizza. You want some stale crust?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I don't want to take from you anything I can provide myself. That guy is like the nicest guy to me.
I know.
No
He's
shit.
a really good, very nice
Like,
guy.
I love going to his store. Although we're in Tillamook and I'm supposed to hate him for being brown, which makes no
Why?
sense to me.
Didn't hate someone because of what they look like.
Oh my God. When I say that, I get treated like I'm some sort of a pervert that only cares about people's looks.
Yeah, you're so vain.
You're so vain. You know, they wrote that song about me.
I believe it. I believe it.
They did, and it's not the only one. Oh, please don't laugh at my vanity. I'll warn you that, I'm recording live right now, so I'm not trying to get you all tenderized.
Yeah, you might not want to be talking to me. He's such a terrible junkie.
Hey, I scream all the time that you're a junkie. I really do. I'm like, yep, them junkies.
Yeah. Right, Ashley. Sure, sir.
I say it in my angry voice. You'd be proud of me, Tiff. You really would. I say it all hateful and vengeful, whatever it fucking gets to get people to take a look. And then as soon as they start taking a look at this crazy guy screaming, they're like, oh, wow, there's actual evidence here. And he's not always screaming. What the fuck? This is not the nut that I thought they were having out here.
Start screaming, you think that I'll get some positive attention? You've been waiting for me?
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, probably
I would go say hello to Ashley, but I don't want to make Seth feel, what's the word? Uncomfortable.
not. Yeah, that's fun. It's fun to make other people feel uncomfortable.
It is, but
Especially
not for
no
me.
reason.
My existence annoys people
Why?
because I'm weird.
So? What's wrong with being weird?
Well, that's what I always thought. I thought it was always a virtue. You know, back when I was a nerd, it was not okay to be a nerd. It wasn't cool to be a nerd.
It's
Now
still
there's-
not okay to be a nerd.
That is so not true. Like, there's a bunch of people that want to be nerds and they try to make out like they're nerds.
Yeah,
But,
because they're just not smart enough.
well, you don't necessarily have to be smart. Nerds read technical manuals. That's pretty much what sets a nerd aside from other people, is that they will read the fucking technical manual. Yeah. All right. Well, I will see you in a bit. I got to go make fun of some more people. You know, the thing about when I was looking for my wallet and I was running around trying to find it and I was asking people for help and they're all trying to tell me that Seth stole it. Seth stole it. And I just wanted proof. I'm like, if you're going to fucking say something, fucking prove it. All right. Otherwise, I'm not going to invest any time in just blindly believing you. I'm going back to my goddamn tent and I'm going to dig for my wallet. And sure enough, I dug through my tent. I found my wallet where I thought I'd lost it. And instead of letting people continue running around spreading rumors that Seth fucking stole my wallet, I made sure I cut that shit off like somebody who's not a shithead would do.
Hi.
All right, food time. I'll see you shortly.
Okay.
Oh, there's somebody saying hello to me. Someone calling himself Brian Schwartz 556 types hello, Sean. You know, that's my dad's name. People have been making fake accounts and harassing me and my friends and family's name for years.
Yeah, people really have too much time on their hands. They should really get a better hobby.
I know.
I know, they should become junkies too. Cute. I used to have a lot more faith in me.
The thing is that I have problems believing people when everybody's stories are conflicting. I also have problems believing people when they don't come through. And of course, if I'm going to get all that stuff screamed at me, I'll scream it back. I don't care. I'll also explain it later on if people will listen. Most of the time, the stuff that ends up on my YouTube channel, it's not stuff that I wanted to put on my YouTube channel. It's stuff that people later on say, oh, you should have told me that. I'm like, I tried to tell you that. That's why it ended up on my YouTube channel and saying it there is because I tried with you. It didn't work. And then whenever I explain a story in that way, a lot of people take it personal, like I'm talking about them in a horrible way. Like, no, not you in specific. I'm just recounting a story. All right. I'm not going to stop talking, apparently. Be safe.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Lori. Lovely. We got another troll on my channel pretending to be me. Or, no, this one's pretending to be my dad. Sir, I'm still prettier than you are. I hope nobody took any offense to that. That's kind of how men show their respect for each other, through mutual disrespect. So let's get back to the evidence, I guess. That's pretty important. The evidence in the comment link down below is to a lot of the crimes, well, starting to be a lot of the crimes committed against me. Primarily centered around my safe phone number being given out to Andrew Wolnez. And when we went and wrote that protection order, Candy did write it. I tried explaining how writing my safe phone number on there, that they would probably give it to Wolnez. That they're not supposed to, but the clerk of the courts doesn't generally do their job when it comes to those papers. They just want to get it off their desk and get to the next piece of paper. It's pretty shitty. So the evidence on there is evidence of what Andrew Wolnez did, quite a few things that he did, and soon to be a lot more. I've been going through and finding the different videos and the times in the videos. And I also have proof in a lot of those videos that I've been doing that for years as I was instructed. The problem is, by the time I get around to being able to do that, 10 more crimes have been committed against me. What am I supposed to do? Picking the right day to go out, the right time to go out, having to try to make a schedule based on when it is or is not raining, because a lot of folks in houses are afraid to go out in the rain. I don't know why. But when they decide they're going to harm somebody, usually they don't want to go out in the rain and they don't want to go out in the snow to do it. Let's see. Monkey2 type, hey Sean, I discovered your channel through your comment against a sheriff in Adams County. Is this channel open to evidence against the situations? If you got evidence, just show it in its entirety. If you're gonna cherry pick little bits and pieces out to try to pretend something or pull stuff out of a Natalie Bollinger group that you're gonna post up or things like that, well, I'm not gonna stop you from doing whatever you want to do as far as that goes, but I am totally open to working with others to turn this in. If you've got stuff against the Adams County Sheriff's Department, especially Rick Reigenborn and the sheriff prior to him. Wait, he might have been the police chief. God, I had to be in contact with like 6 different guys in Adams County. Well, 6 different people, not all of them were men. They made it nearly impossible to get anything done. Oh, he wrote, no, I'm sorry if I sound like that, man. I'm genuinely curious. Well, I've been posting up what's been going on here and also showing the fact that the people who have been doing this have been coordinating with profiles that have been associated with the Bollingers, going back all the way to some of them back to 2018. There's also a lot of evidence up of how a human being is treated when people just assume his guilt, when they don't bother to listen to your side, or you have to try to tell your side to somebody who's got malicious intent, somebody who has a position of trust. If you've got anything to add to the situation, or you want to go through the evidence and check it out for yourself, I highly recommend it. A lot of people want to do the whole, oh, well, you want that stuff down, you want that stuff down. No, I don't. I don't want any of the horrible stuff that people said about me and these other Natalie Bollinger sites and stuff. I don't want none of that taken down. That's all proof I told the truth. Truth about the popularity of it, truth about how many sites there have been, actual evidence. I mean, there's a lot of sites, a lot of Natalie Bollinger sites. And the Natalie Bollinger sites from immediately after Natalie was killed were not, well, they were not Natalie Bollinger sites. They were Sean Schwartz hate groups. There was a lot of people that didn't realize or recognize what a big issue it was going to be. So when they played it off like it was no big deal, apparently everywhere down here that has food is closed. When they played this stuff off like it was no big deal and wanted to type in these Natalie Bollinger groups, well, then people knew their names and knew their Facebooks and went to these friends of mine's Facebooks and started posting up pictures of their friends and family, posting up pictures of the inside of their old houses, threatening to harm them and their friends and family. And instead of helping me to turn it in, these supposed friends of mine wanted to tell me about this stuff over and over again and throw it in my face like I was a horrible person over and over again because they, instead of talking to me and finding out what was going on or talking to the police with me, they wanted to argue in Facebook groups. So they got targeted because of their stupidity. Now, there's also the ones that were targeted specifically at me by these people before Natalie was killed. These are specifically people that I typed about on my Facebook. So if I typed about somebody on my Facebook, these guys get a hold of me and threaten to kill that person. And of course, there's the Natalie stuff, like they never called to threaten her. Still breathing, thanks for asking. You too. So, with the Natalie Bollinger situation and them not threatening her, just other people, that pretty much narrowed it down for me. But when Tim Beeson was letting me know that, well, he supposedly saw every message between Natalie and I, well, that gives a direct link because the only person that I had actually sent that information to about Zyler was Natalie. That's because in between August 11th, when you guys get to see that message from her twin sister, Lacey Bollinger, who planned the trip with us, in between then and when I actually arrived in Virginia, I turned around and spent all of my money going to rescue Jamie and her son, Zyler. And when I left, I typed Zyler's name. I wasn't trying to be a jerk. It's just the way that it happened. At that point in time, Natalie was my friend. She was having a rough time. I shared more information than I should have. And then when people were threatening to kill him in specific, yeah, that fucking flipped my shit for real. Just leave them alone. Stop threatening to harm my family and just leave me the fuck alone. Stop accusing me of doing shit I didn't do and just leave me the fuck alone. There's something I'm able to do now that I wasn't able to do before Natalie was killed. And you know what that is? Take a fucking screenshot. Something that simple. If I'd have been able to take a screenshot of what Tim Beeson was doing, well, I'm sure Natalie would have put a stop to it. She would have asked him to leave me alone or told him to leave me alone. The problem is that I didn't have any way of letting her know what was going on. And then, of course, going to the cops and going to mental health gets me running around in circles and giving bad advice. And then later, when she ended up dead, all those folks wanted to scatter to the four winds and say, "Oh, you got to get a subpoena." Isn't that nuts? All these mental health specialists and other assorted mandatory reporters, all of a sudden, I got to get a subpoena. And they're not going to release any of my medical records. They'll make literally any excuse. So I got to try to finagle that out of public pretenders while they're supposed to be working on my case. Holy shit. Those guys are useless as tits on a board. My God. All right. My back is fucking killing me already. What the hell? All right, I'm gonna walk all the way down to the store, Center Market, and get something there, I guess. Places down here are open, but I don't want to sit down and wait for a burger. I just want to get something to eat, something to drink, and go back to my tent and work on this stuff. I do tell people what I say, and I do tell them why. I explain the situation. I don't think that's rude or inconsiderate, although I do 100% believe that going to YouTube is rude and inconsiderate. It's unfortunate that it's necessary, especially when people make assumptions and then make stupid decisions based upon those assumptions. I just realized there's a place here where I can get some popcorn and something to drink, and I think I'm going to call that good enough. Please try not to hate me, but you are so going in my pocket. No disrespect. I'll just have it, well, it's not paused, it's just muted, but it'll only be muted long enough to get something to eat, and then I'll be right back. There it is. Well, I was wrong. I was definitely wrong. They're not open. It's open, so on the bright side, I'm still going in the direction I need to get some grub. The evidence from the protection order shows that I'm not the one that wrote it down, Candy is. She's the one who wrote it down, and she was insistent that we had to write it down, and of course, she's not the only one. That fucking sucked because she was wrong. And that's not me hating on her, that's me hating the laziness that I got to deal with. People don't want to do their jobs, but they're getting paid for it. Oh, Lori. Saying hello to somebody real quick. Lori's a pretty nice lady. There's a lot of nice folk here. A lot of them have issues that make it so it's difficult for them to get heard. So extending their voice to try to get someone else heard is it's futile. Oh. All right, so I'm not sure if you noticed I was wiping my face back there. I walked into a spider web, and now I'm itching all over because I haven't seen a spider on me. Like, man, I hope there wasn't a spider web or a spider in the spider web. Y'all know how that is. I've had to squish a few of them in my tent too. I don't like squishing them. I'd rather they go outside, but if they're going to be in my tent, it's kind of rude. I don't want them there, and for some odd reason, spiders here do like biting. Not me in particular, and I used to not kill them, but it's pretty close confines in there. Yeah. So that Monkey 2 feller typed, I looked a bit into your videos. It saddens me how the police disregards the situations that happened. Me too. It's not just a disregard though. They are going out of their way. For years after finding out I was telling the truth, they still try to peg me as schizophrenic and delusional, and the court still refused to look at any evidence that shows that I am neither schizophrenic nor delusional. They're trying to make it so that they can just use tfcc's files, and that don't work. I already busted them breaking the law too. So I just started posting up the videos with the police, in specific where they go. That's because it takes for fucking ever to scroll through to find them. I mean, there's over 8,000 videos on that YouTube channel. Anyway, I'm over where there's something to eat, and I don't feel like being rude. And I also don't anticipate anybody doing anything harmful to me here. So I am going to hit the mute button for another minute or two, get myself something to grub. Oh, lovely. All right, I'm back. So, one of the things about keeping the thing recording when I'm in public is that if something happens, it's recorded. Also, one of the things about the feature that just popped up on my phone a few days ago is that it's allowing me to flip the camera around now, and it's allowing me the option to turn on and off the sound. So if I go into the store, I know that if there's an issue in that store, it's going to be dealt with immediately and appropriately. That's right, appropriately. So, one of the issues that's in many of those videos is that people keep on wanting to just assume that when I say the cops won't listen to me, somebody else needs to go in with me. They're not going to investigate any of the crimes against me unless somebody else goes in with me. And then they want to try to manipulate it or twist it to be against them. And I'm like, well, that means that it's not documented properly. Like when Andrew Wolnez wanted to walk through Safeway in the store, like he was walking through the store after following me into the store, screaming that I had fucked a 4-year-old and raped my little sister and a bunch of other crazy shit. Of course, this is also one of the many, many, many times that these people wanted to send me death threats saying, hey, Sean, either you pretend that you raped your sister. Is that Taylor? I'm going to write that down. Oh, God, I don't have a pen. I should write down that license plate number. That looks like the lady who was hanging down at the Tillamook Sporting Goods parking lot with Kyron Rhodes, the one that Andrew Wolnez was flirting with. I wonder if I have that video. I might actually have that video. So I think that was right around the time that he was or them youngins were screaming that she was Taily Tuna and a bunch of mean shit like that. Like, yeah, they're not even nice to each other. But the thing is that when they were vandalizing their own vehicles, that's fine. When they were vandalizing mine, that's not so fine. Anyway, she's actually one of the people that's mentioned in my videos. The reason that she's mentioned in my videos is because I was trying to tell Deputy David Martinez that her and Kyron Rhodes know who all these youngins are that have been doing this. They go to school with them and hang out with them every night down there, for Christ's sake. Or at least they did at the time. It's been a couple of years. That doesn't mean that they've stopped their BS, because they absolutely haven't. Right now, I'm sitting next to the busiest road in town. Main and Pacific are Highway 101, or no, is it Highway 101 or is it Interstate 101? I don't fucking know. I don't care either. Closest thing we got to an interstate, I guess. Anyway, of course, we got a bunch of people that get on here and want to troll the situation and troll me, but that doesn't mean that I won't find somebody on here who actually gives a shit, wants to look at the evidence and actually make a difference. I tell people when I talk shit, I also tell them who I heard it from, but also you get to see how if I don't, they're going to grill me for it. When I tell them, I scream the exact same shit that I'm hearing, and that I also record the people I'm hearing it from. These people all know I'm recording. It's not like I hide it. It happens. Now, of course, we got a lot of people who get on and troll, and I mention them when they troll, and I take screenshots when they troll. I also try to find a decent person to take a look at this stuff. Now, there's a lot of people who think that by calling somebody delusional, that's gaslighting. Schizophrenic, that's gaslighting. People who are not fit to make those diagnoses, police officers cannot make those diagnoses. The bollingers cannot make those diagnoses. Neither can Kara Johnson Miles, who was busted by an alcoholic named Shannon Alvarado. God damn, that's gotta hurt. And if you look at where all these things converged, where all these people who were in contact with me, some of them were threatened and scared off. Some of them ended up dying. Some of them ended up with broken phones. Just one shitty goddamn situation after another. And the evidence surrounding when I got the protection order against Andrew Wolnez, and the courts did exactly like I was explaining to Candy I was afraid of. I told her, hey, if they give my number out, I'm going to have to deal with the same thing I had to deal with the last phone, which is restricted call after restricted call after restricted call. She insisted it was all right. Well, it was not all right. As soon as we got out of court, took my happy ass over to my vehicle. I was glad it was done. I was glad Candy helped. However, we still needed to turn in the assaults, find a way to get that in there and get him to actually stop. Hopefully the protection order would get him to stop. No, it didn't. Dude's a fucking lunatic. Lunatics don't stop. There's a big difference between defending yourself and protecting your loved ones and what he's doing. Shit's still not okay. And I have to be afraid to go to the police. They've done everything they can to refuse the evidence and to lie repeatedly to make sure the evidence is not shown in court. So it's getting shown on YouTube. I'm sick of these cops trying to pretend that things that anybody can look up. If anybody can look it up, it's obviously not a delusion. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I made this video specifically just record the walk just in case anything else happens. I actually see better at night, and right now I'm facing the sun, which is going down, so I'm slightly blind at the moment. However, as soon as I get back to where I'm headed, turn this goddamn thing off, forget the rest of the world exists, jam out some Nora Jones, maybe a little bit of Eve 6. A little bit of Metallica. Maybe some Yvette Brothers. Actually, I'm kind of in a Moby mood, you know? I don't mean Moby and Gwen Stefani, just Moby. Oh, Lordy, troubles on high. Oh, Lordy, troubles on high. Nobody knows my troubles but God. Nobody knows my troubles but God.